Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be tearing apart the 7040 here. As you guys seen in yesterday's video, I got the 8050 all destroyed. Got most of it hauled away, out of my way anyways, and got this 7040 drug around here. I had it sitting over there next to that 7080, but I need to get to tearing it apart because the grill needs to go with the 7080 as well as the front weight bracket. And then these front tires I have sold as well. And then I really just want the rear end to go in the next scrap dumpster. So the next scrap dumpster is coming soon, so I need to get it tore down. I was gonna send the cab off too in scrap, but it looks to be a pretty solid cab. So I'm probably not going to send it off in scrap, but a lot of this tractor is going to go to scrap. But before we get any farther in today's video, I need to read a Bible verse over you guys. And today it's coming out of Romans chapter 5, verses 3 through 5. And it says, "Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." Yeah, love reading scripture. Puts me in a good mood. But yeah, this 7040 you guys seen me haul it in. It's a power shift tractor, and it is missing some parts. I got it bought off of Auction Time. Missing the exhaust manifold and the starter on the other side. But overall, it's pretty much complete the rest of the way. It ain't in too bad a shape, just been repainted and the old nasty paint's peeling off. The rear ends, the previous owner told me that he did repair them. They look ugly on the outside, but the inside has been repaired. So just a little scuffing and a little paint and they look brand new. They are radial 18-438s. They ain't the best though. Pretty chewed up, maybe 10% left, 15%, I don't know. And they hold air or fluid, or I'm sure there's just air in them if the guy had them off and repaired, because you can see that one's got a new valve stem on it. But yeah, they're matching radial Firestone 18-438s. So I'm probably ask, probably 800 for both of them. Just because the tires ain't too good and the rims need a little cleaning. But the hammer strap off of this tractor has sold, and yeah, the rest I guess is still up for grabs, other than the hammer strap, the front tires and rims, and the grill and weight bracket. But I have tons of weight brackets out there if you guys need a weight bracket off of one of these tractors. But I guess I better quit talking and get to work. I need to charge the phone here. So while it's charging, I'm probably going to go ahead and try to get these fuel tanks loose and get the cab loose, and then I'll pick you guys back up when I go to yank that stuff off of there. And then I'll worry about getting the hydraulic pump and the stuff underneath pulled out before I yank the tires, just because it's a lot easier to work with the tires on it than with the tires off of it. So yeah, I guess I'll pick you guys up once this phone gets charged. Just like that, the cab is off. Was a little trickier than it normally is to get the cab off, just because all of the bolts for the panels and whatnot to get off were just spinning, so I had to torch them all. And then over there I had to torch that bolt. All the others came out fine. And then after that, after I got all that torched off, I torched the brackets, the U-bolts that go over the axles. I always torch them off, just easier that way. But got all that torched off, and then was having troubles getting the cab off of the chassis because the wheels are in so far that the brackets were hitting on them, as you can see. And I'd rather leave the bracket on the cab than have to take it off. So it was hitting on the tires. Finally, I got it jammed out from there. So it's a little trickier than it normally is. Normally the tires are out farther and the cab just lifts right off, but I got it off and that's all that matters, without damaging it too much. And then yeah, these lower panels are just gonna go in the junk because I had to torch them and I got too many of them anyways. So it don't really matter to me. But while you guys were charging, I got the fuel tanks all drained and knocked off of there as well. So there was about 15 gallon because I got these 3 buckets full of fuel in the tanks, which they sounded empty, but they weren't. So I guess what's next is probably get this rest of this platform piece off and the steering column off, and also get the center hood panel, the exhaust, turbo, and the grill off of the front, and then start working my way back, get the radiator and the oil coolers off, and then come back here, get the hydraulic pump off, which is in that mess. Looks like the mice have made a home in all of this stuff. Get the hydraulic pump out of there and then get the valves off of the rear, which I actually might wait on the valves until I get the rear tires off, because then that'll drop it a couple feet and I'll be working at chest height instead of head height on them. But I need to get the drawbar pulled out and the hammer strap off the drawbar and get all the PTO guts out while the tires are on, and then I can yank them tires off and go from there. But probably just gonna leave the lift and draft arms on here. I have a bunch of them, so I'll just send them to scrap probably. But I do wanna get all the valves and all the hydraulics and all the PTO stuff, and split it there at the rear end and the transmission, just because it's the power shift transmission, so I want to keep that and let the rear end go to the scrap yard. So I guess I will set you guys back on the tripod and see what I can't get done. You guys seen it in time lapse, I'm still kicking at it. I got the center hood panel, the grill, and the oil coolers, radiator, and air cleaner off of the front here. Laid them over here in the pile. Also got the turbo and the exhaust manifold, or the muffler off, not the exhaust manifold. Still need to get the air cleaner off the platform, but there's some of my parts. And then I had to turn the time lapse off because I received a text message that if you guys remember something green here, he said he was on his way to pick it up. So I was like, shoot, heck yeah. So I paused the time lapse, or turned the time lapse off, to load up that bean head that was right here. So it is finally gone, and now I have space right here to put more junk. So I'm super excited about that. And then while you guys while I ain't been filming, I also got the PTO guts pulled out of here, and they're all laying right here, and the drawbar and hammer strap and stuff like that all off of there. And then if we come around here, I also got the hydraulic pump pulled out from underneath here. So all the hydraulic oil's drained, all of the engine oil's drained. All the oil's drained on this tractor. So I guess what there is to do next is strip down the motor, or I might just pull it complete and then strip it down. I haven't decided yet. And get this steering tower off of here, and then get the transmission off the rear rims and tires off, and then we come back here and get the hydraulic valves off. So it's withering away pretty quick. So day one, I got a lot done on this thing. So I'll get back at it tomorrow here and see if I can't finish it off. And then I got a lot of parts to lay out in rows and get on eBay before the rain this weekend. So yeah, I guess I'll pick you guys back up tomorrow. And bam, the tractor has no rear tires and no steering column and no hydraulic valves. So I got those three things off this morning here. Then had a guy come pick up some parts. And now I need to run to town because you guys have been buying the crap out of the merch. So I need to go get that shipped off. But yeah, I got the valves off of the rear here. I'm just gonna go ahead and tear apart this assembly and sell each valve individually. And got the rear tires off. They don't have fluid in them because they're somewhat easy to move. And then the steering column I just set over here for now because I need to get the column out and the brake valve off and the dash out. So how I get the steering wheel off is just use an air hammer and steering wheel pops right off. About the easiest way I've found to get a steering wheel off is the air hammer. So if you're careful with it, you don't damage any of the threads or anything. If you go to town with it, then you damage a lot because I've done both. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ship my parts and then pick you guys back up when I get back home. And as you guys saw in the time lapse, I got the motor pulled finally. It was being a pain in the butt to get the motor pulled just because the two bottom bolts on the frame rail would not come out. The top two came with a little force, but the bottom two I heated up, and it took them quite a while to come out. And then I, broke my snap-on ratchet. What a sad day. I love my snap-on ratchet. So I'm gonna have to get back on the snap-on truck soon and waste a lot of money because this ratchet they'll replace for free. They'll just put that new thingy on there because it's under warranty. But I got a long breaker bar, like double the size of this one, that is broke off, and then all my screwdrivers are broke off, and I just need to buy some more tools, and snap-on's the way to go. So yeah, I finally got the motor pulled. It's still complete, as you guys can tell. I'm just gonna tear it down off camera just because I'm gonna take my time on it and not bore you guys tearing that down. But if you look in here, I'd say the tractor sat for quite a long time. Looks like the mice and whatever else have made that their home. There was a lot of crap all over here, so I'd say this tractor has just sat for forever. So I haven't checked to see if the motor's free or not, but I'll know once I tear into it and see how bad it looks inside of it. But other than that, I guess I really don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm gonna pull the rest of the front axle apart, get these knees and spindles out, and throw that in the scrap, and then just clean up a little bit here and there and get all this stuff put on eBay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me, and if you haven't already, make sure to go grab yourself a hat if they haven't already sold out. But all my sweatshirts are listed on my eBay store as well. They are just listed all separately just because I can't figure out how to do one listing with all the sizes. So all the sizes are listed separately on my eBay store, so you just have to go through and pick your size, and they do run small. So just keep that in mind when you're purchasing them, and I should have t-shirts on the way, so make sure to stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys up to date when the sweatshirt or the t-shirts arrive. So yeah, I guess if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button for me, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And I guess if you like me tearing apart tractors, then yeah, stay tuned because I got a lot more videos coming out. So I guess I'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching.